welcome to my cooking demo. So today I'm making one of the most famous Chinese American dish, my version of beef and broccoli. So a lot of you thinking about, I know a lot of you want to eat Chinese food at home, but all the option you have is takeout because you don't feel comfortable to cook Chinese food or any Asian food at your house because you don't have equipment. So today I'm going to show you my version of beef and broccoli, which is on my cookbook as well. My cookbook's name is called Chinese Heritage Kitchen. I'm Chinese Heritage Cooking for my American kitchen. Because in my kitchen, I don't have any specialty equipment. I don't have a wok. All I have is cast iron, saute pan, a grill pan, just like any other American kitchen. But I'll be able to cook Chinese food every day for my husband. Over there, he's taking my picture right now. Hello, Jimmy Lee. He's kind of famous too because he was on Top Chef with me for a couple seasons, couple episodes. Somehow people always recognize him, especially when we walk out together. He always get greeted first. They were like, "You are Jimmy." He's just like, "What?" Yes, his name is the husband. So this is my first time in Chicago home show. This is super amazing. I think it's for a chef. This is like a store. I mean, a candy store. Everything here I wanted. So thank you for sort of sitting down, give me this time to watching me cooking demo. Okay, so starting my version of beef and broccoli. So I think the first thing I want to talk about is I use a cut of meat called skirt steak. So as you can see, this is one of those, it was never very popular until this recently. Now every single restaurant loves to use this cut of meat. They're super marbling, as you can see. And then also, they're kind of on the thin side. It looks like a belt, nice and long. Skirt steak. What they do is they cook really fast. And they have a lot of marbling in between, so they're nice and fatty. But to cook them, you really have to kind of know how to take care of them, how to marinate them, how to slice them correctly so they're not chewy and they're tender and you can feel all the marbling. Okay, so the first step first, I'm going to show you how to marinate my steak. We talked about the skirt steak already. Here you go. And I have a version of marinated steak sitting here for an hour already because this steak needs to be marinated for minimum 1 hour. I will talk about the reason why in the next step. Okay, so I'm gonna start with marinade. Here is one bunch of scallion that I rough cut them into pieces. And also about 2 ounces of ginger, 2 ounces of garlic clove. But a lot of times I really tell my cooks, especially when it comes to scallion, if you have trim, top, all those sort of things, don't waste them. Save them in a little, use the pretty part to garnish, and then you use the kind of ugly part, just save it aside. This is the perfect things to use for marinade. In my kitchen, while I run a Chinese restaurant in Culver City, it's very important that there's no food waste, so it's in my house, so nothing goes to waste. Okay, we got a lovely KitchenAid blender right here. What I'm going to do, put everything all in there, blend them. That's why knife skill is not necessary. You just want to chop them into pieces so you can blend them all. Garlic, ginger. And I'm going to talk about some of my special favorite ingredients. One really important thing, if you're cooking Chinese food at your house, you can use any cut of meat, any type of vegetables, whatever local, fresh, good for you. But when it comes to seasoning, if you're cooking Chinese food, you want to use Chinese brand of seasoning. There's a lot of soy sauce. There's Japanese soy sauce, Chinese soy sauce, Korean soy sauce, all different types. When you think about it, they all have slightly different flavor. So if you're cooking Chinese food, make sure you use Chinese soy sauce and also oyster sauce and everything else. So I have 2 products right here. One is more traditional oyster sauce. This one is pretty cool. They're gluten-free, which is amazing. I live in California. It's crazy that amount of dietary restriction that we run into our restaurant. Every single person is a gluten-free and vegan. So I'm in a Chinese restaurant, so I'll be able to source gluten-free oyster sauce is really amazing. But if you're a vegan, since we talk about it, there's also a vegan oyster sauce that's made out of mushroom base that I use a lot in my kitchen as well. They are really, really delicious, and they add that umami punch to any dishes or any sauces that you want to make from your house. Okay, so we got all the aromatic in there already, and here's a touch of soy sauce. I mean, So there's some Chinese soy sauce brand also make gluten-free as well. Sometimes when I don't have any, Japanese definitely make really good gluten-free soy sauce, but I always balance it off with another Chinese oyster sauce, so it's not just, Japanese. Here is oyster sauce, will all go in there. And what starts my marinade is some oil. Don't be afraid. Oil is helping you to blend everything together. And also, as you can see, you're not adding any additional water into this. Therefore, that your marinade is really potent, it's really delicious. Nothing gets watered down. Okay, I press start. Okay, watch out, everyone. Turn it on. The dial. Oh, right here. Oh, there you go. Can I do this? Okay. Oh, is it on timer? Thank you, thank you. Thank you for technical support. So when I was on Top Chef, one thing that I always yell in the middle challenge is culinary, culinary, because I'm a chef that known that somehow all the equipment, when it comes to me, there's always something wrong. Not something wrong is because I guess I don't have the patience to figure out exactly how to use them correctly. So I always need a helper to figure out all these things. Oh, see? Oh, wait, I need to press this. There's a lot of safety. There's a lot of safety option on this blender, so it's very safe. Yeah, can you smell this? Like the front row? No? Oh, this smells so good. Like the fresh ginger and fresh scallion with everything, with just a little bit of oyster sauce and soy sauce. What it does is, so all this vegetable inside, all this aromatic, they all contain natural acidic, as well as the oyster sauce and soy sauce that we put into this. So what does acid do to protein? Does anybody know? Anybody cooks here? Thank you. She is so great. She obviously is a great cook. She said that, so this lady in front of me just said that the acid will help break down the protein structure, which is exactly right. So what it does is tenderize your meat. So see, I'm very, okay. I'm trying not to make a mess, but I have this piece of beautiful steak marinating, pretending that they've been an hour, which is here. Voila. They've been marinating for an hour, and I'm going to let the steak chill here, and I'm continuing to move on to my next step. So this is beef and broccoli. So we talked about beef already. I'm going to cook it off in a little bit. What about broccoli? Okay, so here we have some broccolini. This is my choice of broccoli when it comes to traditional Chinese beef and broccoli dish. Why? First of all, I don't like those fluffy broccoli florets. Every time when you cook them, they all just fall apart in your mouth and mushy. And then second of all is so there is a vegetable, which is where original beef and broccoli came from, is a Chinese broccoli. A Chinese broccoli is called gailan. So that particular broccoli, it looks like broccoli stem without floret, but it's all leaves. So that's why my favorite is using broccolini, because this perfectly represents the classic Chinese American broccoli, but also represent the more classic Chinese gailan, all in one. Okay, so I have some broccoli right here. Broccolini sitting in my hand, and then this is a pot of boiling, pretend this is rapid boiling water with salt. So we season the water with salt already. It's very important to blanch your vegetable in rapid boil water with super salty water like the ocean. But what it does is salt preserve all the chlorophyll, so to keep your vegetable vividly bright and green, you need to blanch them in really, really hot, salted water, and they're really tender. Oh, I didn't do my bite the broccoli raw, sort of the thing that I always do, but these broccolini are super tender. You don't really want to overcook them, so it's going to be in and out. As you can see, that it turns bright green, pretty much 30 seconds or so, you know they're ready. So as soon as they're ready, let me see. Because I'm gonna do that, cook it again. So right now, they're perfectly al dente, still crunchy, vividly green. What I'm doing is take them out of boiling water, shock them in an ice bath, is with, here you go, I'm gonna put some salt in the ice bath so we don't lose the nice saltiness. Voila. Blanching the broccoli. All right, so my first job working in a professional kitchen, it's pretty cool. It's working for this, kind of famous chef. His name is Thomas Keller. So one big important lesson that he taught us when it comes to blanching was, well, sorry, chef, because my water is not boiling. Your water needs to be constantly rapid boil in order to really to blanch the most beautiful vegetables. So before when we're in the kitchen, if you see you're blanching too much vegetable, it's not rapid boil, he will take it out and then toss the vegetable, and then so you have to cook it again. So that's the type of training that I came from. Lots of discipline, which is great. Okay, so now I nicely chill this broccolini already, squeeze the water out, getting ready for the next step. But before that, I'm going to do some red onion. So this is from cooking years of Italian cuisine. I opened 3 different restaurants for a chef that I really don't want to talk about anymore in Las Vegas. So one big thing when I serve it with game or meat, anything red meat, especially anything grilled, charred red onions is my secret ingredient to make any dish super delicious and beautiful looking. So I cut, as you can see, I cut this onion really, really thick because what I'm going to do is I'm going to char them, and then after that I'm going to put them in a bowl and so they can carry over. I season my broccolini with a little bit sesame oil for the flavor. Onion with a little bit sesame oil for flavor, but also this is grapeseed oil. So grapeseed oil has really high burning temperature, smoking point. There you go, that's the word, smoking point. Therefore that when you sear anything that you don't want them to burn, you just want the perfect char, you want to use high smoking point oil. Grapeseed oil is one thing I go to. There's also rice bran oil, rice oil, cocoa butter, and avocado oil. Those are the oil that has really high smoking point. When it comes to stir fry, saute, or grilling, be careful, don't use extra virgin olive oil. I cook Italian for a really long time. I love that flavor, but I also know, first of all those green flavor, once you cook them, you lose them all. Second of all, that if you use them, you're spending a lot of money to pay for that beautiful olive oil. You burn off all the flavor, and at the same time, it's really easy to burn, so all your vegetable and whatever you saute are going to taste burnt because you used the wrong oil. How weird is that, right? So this is all the trick that I've been knowing from cooking in the professional kitchen. Okay, this grill pan has been heating in the back for so long already. It was so hot that it melted the glove, but my sous chef was bringing it up. It's pretty cool. I love hot temperatures. So when you think about wok cooking in Chinese cuisine, what is it? It's heat control. It's instant searing. They call wok heat, which is called wok energy. Why? Because there's so high of BTU going. Once you put anything down, it's instant sear. So when I first moved to America, my kitchen, like my parents' apartment, we had electric burner. Like you cannot put a wok on it. There's not enough BTU. So what I learned is using a cast iron, let it on, just let it stay for as long as possible to create this really, really hot searing surface can work just as well as a wok. That's why in my kitchen, I don't own a wok. In my professional Chinese restaurant, I do not own a wok. I have grill, I have flat top, so I have a very unique American kitchen cooking my Chinese food. Okay, I'm searing this at the same time that I'm going to cook the steak on the same grill. What? It's totally fine, we're okay. Are we okay? I know, this is not very kosher, but I think we're okay, right? So a lot of times I like to cook, wow, thank you, sous chef, this is a giant piece of meat. Okay, let me just cut off a little bit. This is a little bit long. Okay. As you can see, all this marinade, don't waste them all. I'm gonna take a piece of paper, just dab it. All these are flavor, aromatic. So this is like equivalent of when you stir fry a piece of meat, you always want to marinate them. So this is my marinade. Everything's still up. Let me move. Can I turn? Oh, it's so hot, it's sticking onto it. Woo! Yeah, grill mark. I love heat. I think that's why I become a chef, because I love fire. No, that's not true. I love eat. Like my passion is food. Not just cooking food, but eat food. And watching people eat. I love watching people eat. That's a good reason to be a chef. You hear that sear? This is perfect. And then also it's important, I'm gonna show you in a very little bit. Now you can smell the aroma, right? All this fresh ginger and scallion with a touch of sesame oil, the toastiness is so delicious. I can eat this. Okay, here comes our broccolini. Season it with salt. I believe in seasoning layers, as you can see. Earlier I used my blanching water. It's salty like salt water. I even salted my ice bath. But after everything I'm cooking in the water, this is not too salty at all anymore. So broccolini, a touch of sesame oil. Oh yeah, one more trick. So when you're using sesame oil or olive oil, those kind of things for marinade has a lower smoking point. What you can do is, can I have some more cooking oil, please? Thank you. What you can do is, pretend drizzle some more. To drizzle some oil that has higher smoking point, that will balance the lower smoking point oil. So that's why you probably don't know, but in French cooking, if you want to sear a piece of meat with butter, you actually start off with a higher temperature cooking oil, like canola or grapeseed, and then you add your butter in to baste the meat so you can stabilize the butter. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing. I'm stabilizing the sesame oil. Broccolini. Grill them. I'm just finding room on my grill. This is just like at home. My grill is always full because I don't know why. Every single holiday, I'm a chef. I've been cooking every day at work already, but when I'm at home, I always ended up cooking for all holidays and big gathering and all those sort of things. Small pan, filled it up. I also love it. When everything's all cooking together, make me so happy. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm just gonna chill a little bit because I want a little bit oil. I also like the splashing sound when I cook in demo. Oh, okay, nice.
You like fire, you said.
I love fire. Can you
go.
tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it purposely. It's called flambé beef and broccoli. Woo! Okay. So I have another pot of oil going. So this is grilling. I wish, now you can smell everything, right? I love it. Okay.
Oh, smell it. Isn't that delicious? Mm-hmm.
Cool. May I have another small pot? Thank you. Okay, so everything's grilling. Whoop. I'm gonna make the sauce in a little bit. Probably move this forward. They bring another pot for me, so I'll make the black pepper sauce to what? Oh, take it off. Thank you. See, that's why I have a publicist, because they're in the audience to tell me what's correctly to do. They can't see, so I have to move it away for the next one. Okay, so my charred onion is charring right now. Here's the trick. Whoop. They're not cooking all the way. They still have juice coming off. They're purple and beautiful, slightly crunchy and well seasoned. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to cover this with saran wrap. Normally this is what I'm gonna do, but the Back Kitchen sous chef just gave me something pretty amazing, which I didn't know existed. I thought it was a shower cap, but it's not a shower cap. Look. What? This is so cool. Okay, so, I know I'm a little silly. So, as you can feel, this is like a little bit warm. So I like to put this charred red onion near my warmness. So so it will continue to carry over the natural steam inside, which is trapped by this awesome covered shower cap thing. So all the heat is inside, continue to cook, soften your red onion, but at the same time, it will never overcook. Okay, thank you. I'll take this. Let me figure out how to turn this on. Wait, is it on?
Don't try a shower cap at home. Use the real thing.
Wrong one. Oh, there you go, I got it. The shower cap, yes. Would you please, Denise, tell them what's the shower cap thing called? Because I have no clue.
Not a shower cap thing, is called Covermate. So I'm sure it's meant to withstand the heat. You don't want to use your own shower cap. And it's 3 sizes, 1 small, medium, and large, and it's made by CoverMate.
CoverMate. It's called CoverMate.
It's called CoverMate, but that's who makes it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, I love this. I'm gonna flip this piece of skirt steak now. I'm gonna let you see this beautiful caramelized char. Why you have a char like this on the grill pan? Who needs a wok? We don't need a wok hay, we got char hay. It's perfect. Okay, so earlier I talked about it, how you're going to cook a piece of thin protein perfectly. So this skirt steak, as you can see, the thin place is only that. So that's why I spent a lot of time on this side to make sure it's cooked all the way through and nice and char. So get to the texture that I want to, but I still want to keep my skirt steak medium rare. How do I do that? So what I can do is I give it a little kiss. So this is kissing right now. Remember how long I let it ride on this one side? But now I'm going to take them out already. So lightly kiss. So very light sear on this side, and I'm going to put it onto a plate so I can rest them properly. So in a little bit, this will be perfectly medium rare to medium, and not too bloody. So it's really important for you to, after you sear or cook your piece of meat, let it rest. So let it rest, let all the blood, let all the juices settle into the meat again, and then we slice. So this is a way that, and I'm going to talk about how we slice this properly because it's skirt steak, in a little bit. Okay, so my skirt steak is resting, chilling, hanging out right here. I'm gonna do you want to learn about sauces first or crispy garlic first? Because I can do either. Sauces? Okay, got it. Sauces. So today we're doing a black pepper sauce. So black pepper sauce is this sauce that pretty famous. It's from Hong Kong. Normally it's called black pepper steak. So we like to serve it with steak. But this sauce is very universal. I also serve it with tofu. I also serve it with chicken, especially grilled chicken. It's so delicious. Okay, so now I just need to locate all my mise en place for sauces. Oh, thank you, sous chef. Yeah. You think cooking demo is easy? There's a lot of behind-the-scene work that you don't really see. For example, my awesome Evelyn sous chef here has been prepping. She's working for here. We met for the first time, but she's been prepping for me for a really long time. Voila, come on, Evelyn, don't be shy. She's amazing. Okay, so voila. Without her, I wouldn't be able to do all this sort of thing. So we talk about the oyster sauce, the vegan oyster sauce, everything I really like. Well, let me move this to here. Oh, I'm missing slurry. Cornstarch. Oh, hey, thank you. I'm not missing cornstarch anymore. Okay, so starting making black pepper sauce. We're going to start with aromatics, so ginger and garlic first. And this is perfectly measured out, but for me, a lot of times, if I have a chance, I'm just gonna grab random stuff, start using it now. Oil. A little bit oil in my sauce pot. While you cook, be patient. Wait till your pot gets warm and then you put oil in. Really be patient, it makes such a big difference. So try not to heat up oil in a cold pot altogether. It will take really long and it's just not, like somehow the magical hot metal hit the oil, somehow it will seal something, it's just better. So now I have warm oil in there, garlic, ginger, aromatic. I love the sizzling. I'm just grabbing all random spoons to cook. It's all good. You let it sweat. Can you smell this? Yes, I love it. That's my favorite part of cooking demo is for everybody to smell the aroma coming out of this kitchen. Okay, we got aromatic, smell. Once you know you can smell everything, you know you're almost there. And what you can see is your garlic and ginger becoming translucent, so they're cooked. Now you know you're ready for the next step. This is Shaoxing wine. So this is Chinese cooking wine that made out of glutinous rice. And that is one of probably the most popular cooking wine is Warm is savory. It kind of like a dry sherry. So if you don't have or you cannot find Shaoxing wine anywhere, a great substitute is dry sherry. I actually use dry sherry in my restaurant to substitute a gluten-free dry sherry in my restaurant to substitute for Shaoxing wine, so I can make gluten-free soup and braising dishes because Shaoxing wine, the starter is gluten. So you cannot buy it gluten-free. Okay. So now my aromatic is nice translucent. You can smell everything delicious in the air. I'm going to deglaze the pan so your pan is nice and hot. Cook off the alcohol flavor just a little bit. Let that go first. What's black pepper without black pepper? What's black pepper sauce without black pepper? Here's black pepper. Normally, I will probably use coarse grind black pepper. Fine grind is just fine too, but it might get a little bit too spicy for you because it's really fine grind. But this is gonna be fine. Okay? Black pepper, soy sauce, my favorite vegan sauce, my favorite oyster sauce. So again, this case, if you're vegan, you don't want to use oyster sauce, or you're allergic to shellfish, you don't want to use oyster sauce, there's awesome substitute, which is the mushroom-based vegan oyster sauce. Now, if you're allergic to mushroom, I don't know how to help you now. Then you have to go back to original oyster sauce. Okay. Let it cook. Okay, I add a little bit chicken stock into this. Obviously, you can use vegetable stock, beef stock, anything, even sometimes water. There's nothing wrong with it. This sauce is really big, bold, flavorful, so there's no way you can dilute this. Okay, I'm going to let this go. It needs to come to a slow boil. I have some cornstarch right here. I'm making a slurry. What's a slurry? Slurry normally is equal parts of cold water with some sort of starch. There's cornstarch, there's tapioca starch, potato starch. You mixing together is crucial to use cold water to mix the slurry. And then you're going to wait till your sauce come to a small boil or simmering, then add to it. It's really important to add your slurry into your sauce when your sauce is simmering. Be patient. Again, be patient. So that's gonna be sitting here, cooking, and here I'm going to make garlic chips. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I have a pot of boiling water. I've been reducing them for the past 30 minutes, so they're a little bit less than what I wanted to be, but it's all good. And here is really fine minced garlic. So I make garlic chip, a crispy garlic, in my house and also at my restaurant because it's a perfect garnish. Because after the garlic has been cooked and fried, it's not very intrusively pungent anymore. It's going to be delicious, have that touch of sweet. It's garlicky and crunchy, so I always think that this is like one of the perfect garnish. As you can see, I am cooking the garlic this. Can I get another spider? Ah, you're the best. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do this. Okay, strain the garlic out. I don't know why I'm going this way. Okay. And then I have a napkin. A paper napkin? Yep, here you go, I got it. Okay. Thank you, Evelyn. Hot water. Okay, gonna shove it up. A napkin with no lint. It's very important that sometimes when you cook or when you squeeze out water, you can use cheesecloth, which is expensive. Especially, it's more expensive to purchase it from supermarket. It's a lot cheaper for a restaurant, but it's still really expensive. So we always use a restaurant quality or just use a restaurant napkin. It doesn't have any lint. So we just blanch the garlic. We lightly cook them. Now, what I'm going to do is squeeze the water out before I fry them. At the same time, right now, you actually, oh, they're hot. Oh, they're really hot. I have chef hand, don't do this. You see boiling water right here? So I'm going to squeeze them as dry as possible because I'm going to fry them next. Ooh. Okay. 350-degree fryer. Hot, yeah. can I get a thing so it will dip in because the oil is not deep enough? Okay, so I set a fire at 350 degrees. We're going to fry them. But my sous chef is getting a better utensil for me so I can properly fry them. Right now, I'm gonna set it right here. So I'm going to come back to work on the sauces that we just started. Oh, as you can see, yeah. They're like bubbly now. Sure, let's try this one. They might fall, but it's okay. We got a noodle basket. Let me see. Is it on? The power is not on. It's cold. It wasn't on? Really? See, that's why I always need a sous chef for technical trouble. Right? It's not on. It's cold. It says C. Oh, now it's completely off. Is it on? So should we just pretend there's garlic chips? Do we have a fryer in the back? We don't have a fryer in the back. Okay. It's all good. It's okay. It happens. You know, this kind of thing happens a lot. That's why it's really crucial that you just move on. So we can just talk about it. Yeah, my fryer has a little bit technical problem. So I think it's not on, therefore that they're not frying and sizzling at all. But to make garlic chip, you cook them, squeeze the water out, and then you fry them at 360-degree oil. Why you fry them to golden, not brown. Why it's golden, you wanted to take them out because the carryover heat, literally that 10 seconds of carryover heat will make it perfectly golden brown. And then that's it. That's how to make garlic chip, right? I don't have oil, right? Okay. It's okay. Just say that if we can heat up a pot of oil in the back, in like 5 minutes or so, I can probably still demo you the correct garlic chip. My other sous chef in the back right now is heating the oil up. Okay. Cool. Black pepper sauce is simmering, becoming bubbly already. I'm going to take my slurry. So like I said earlier, it's crucial that your broth or the stock that you want to thicken is, as you can see, is bubbling. I can smell this. Now it's great. All the flavor melted together. I made my slurry already. So what the temperature does is by cooking it, boiling, once you add the slurry, you immediately see all the small bubble drop already. So it needs to come back up. Once it comes back up to a boil, you truly activate your slurry. Then your sauce is thickened. If you didn't be patient, you didn't cook out your slurry, didn't let it come back to a boil, it will not be thickened properly. So therefore, that your sauce will come out kind of mealy too because your starch. Awesome. One of my favorite tools in the kitchen is spoon. As you can see, I cook everything with spoon, but I love spoon is the thing that you taste. Wow, this is spicy because the grain of the, delicious though. Okay, let it cook down. Ginger and garlic needs to cook down a little bit more. Oh, so delicious. Our skirt steak should be marinating, perfect, rested already. And then here is our charred red onion. This is all ready. I'm going to slice the skirt steak. Okay, we talked about it earlier that, it's so tender it falls apart. So as you can tell, the structure of skirt steak is really interesting. You can see the grain is horizontal like this. What makes it another level of make it tender is you want to slice them against the grain. So slice them thin because we call this dish beef and broccoli, right? So I don't want to cut like a giant steak. I just want to slice them against the grain into pieces that you can pick it up with chopsticks. Okay, everything against the grain. I have my broccoli here. And plate. So I was asking the sous chef behind, I was like, so everybody get to taste, right? Because a lot of times cooking them and you get to taste. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, I heard you don't get to taste them today. But this easy recipe, you can find it on my cookbook, which is Chinese Heritage Cooking from My American Kitchen. This is the opener. This is the first recipe from my book. That's why you can tell how passionate I'm about this dish. Also, a little background, one of the restaurants I opened for the famous Italian chef, it's called Carne Vino, which is an Italian steakhouse. So I used to run my dry aged beef program. So I know my beef really well. Okay. So here is you plate it. As you can see, the way I plate it really looks like a plate of stir fry. Just randomly separate them, and then I garnish them with red onion. That's carry over and super delicious. On top, sauces. I think a lot of times Chinese food is really known for their savory, umami, delicious sauce, and also different textures. So here we have crunchy, tender red onion and al dente broccolini with some nicely charred beef on top. Pretend that I have garlic chip that I can sprinkle over, right? You guys see garlic chip? And then garnish with some sesame, but most importantly, just a touch of seasoning salt. This is just how I like them. I always feel that, especially when it comes to a piece of fatty meat or fatty beef, salt is really your good friend. You're eating meat already. You might as well just splurge a little bit. So I like to use Maldon sea salt. Oh, Evelyn's hot or cold? It's hot? Okay, cool. Let's try it again. Let me see if I can do my garlic chip. No pressure?
No pressure.
No pressure?
No, not at all.
It's hot?
It's hot.
It's hot. Great, perfect. It's not hot, right? It's not just me. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Yeah, cool. Small pot. Garlic. Fried garlic is the best. We use this as our potpourri in my kitchen. Fried garlic and fried ginger or fried Sichuan peppercorn. No, seriously, ask my husband. Where is he? He's my GM. So a lot of times he's just like, hey, we need some potpourri. So I fry garlic and ginger for him. Okay. Can I get a blend? Oh, thank you. You are ready. Okay. I'm just going to do this. It's taking too long. I have another. Can I get another spider, please? Thank you. It's probably too big. Something smaller so I can scoop. Yeah. Oh, turn on my grill pan. Let the garlic fry. I actually do this normally anyways. I don't really do like fryer for garlic because you think about restaurant fryer is really big and at the same time that your oil is not that clean, right? Like we fry everything there. We have tater tots, we have chicken. So we have all those sort of things fried in the fryer. Then a lot of times all those solid weighs the garlic chip down. So yeah, that works. Yeah, totally. So it's better to use a small pot to fry your garlic chip. You know why? There's another reason. So after you fry them, all of a sudden you have garlic oil. So use garlic oil to marinate, and then a lot of times I use, because this is like grapeseed oil, so you can use garlic oil to saute, to sear your meat, so all of a sudden you just have another layer of flavor. Like for me, any time that I can add flavor or texture to a dish, I always do that. Oh, perfect. I'm really worried that I talk so fast, this cooking demo is not going to last. So with all this accident and like the oil's not working out, I'm not redoing the garlic chip, I have 1 minute left, yes. Because everybody always tell me, slow down. Okay, in a 1 minute, do you have any questions?
Questions? About the garlic potpourri, perhaps?
Garlic potpourri. No, I think we're good.
You explained it real well. I'll be surprised if they have any. Anything?
One thing is about after you've written a cookbook, you realize that normally all the explanation, the recipe that I've written for my restaurant is not detailed enough. So in a cookbook, I need to write down what size of pot I use, exactly how much oil, by gram, by milliliter, by cups, everything, all the measurement you can think of, every single detail we need to explain. But at the same time, that I think it definitely helped me as a chef to think through everything, especially this kind of environment, to really address every single detail because of my book. So thanks, publisher.
And your book signing is at she's having a book signing at Tuxton, which is booth 1028. And
Yep.
when is that?
So you can
tomorrow?
come see me. It's just right there.
But
down
when is
the
it going to
hallway.
be?
Huh?
When will it be?
4:30. So I'll be at Tuxton's booth at 4:30. So right after
Oh,
this,
ah.
you can see me,
There you go.
walk over, or we can just walk together. And then, as you can
She's
see,
adorable.
I have some couple of very cool ceramic, the things that I actually use in my restaurant. So like they're super beautiful. I work with Tuxton. We're really good friends. And so I'm very happy that to be able to sort of be here with everybody. Like I said, this is my first houseware show. I'm super impressed. Okay, you can see the color. It's like building up already. And then don't be afraid. I chop all this garlic. I didn't chop it. I use blender. What's that thing called? Food processor. Thank you very much. Because kitchen has a different name. In professional kitchen has a different name. So use a food processor. You don't have to here slave away to chop garlic. As you can see, the color is definitely building up. They're coming to a light golden pale right now. Oh, my time is up, but it's perfect. Look at that. Yeah.
Hey.
Because you squeeze the water out already, and we also minced them to that fine stage, so now your garlic chip is super fluffy. I'm putting onto a parchment paper to sort of catch all the grease, and then, oh, they're really hot right now. I wish I can use my hand. So, yeah. Use my spoon. Ooh, crunchy. But most importantly, see how fluffy they are? So it's really crucial that you need to fine mince them. Ooh, add texture to it. So now, voila. This is my version of beef and broccoli. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Isn't that great? Yes. Round of applause.
And then come
You're
see me in a
adorable,
little bit if you want to
improvised and
chit-chat.
everything.
Good? Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for your time.